So in Western cultures, 13 is an unlucky number, is it?
13, apparently so. For me personally, I always liked the number 13, but that's my personal preference.
Oh.
But in our culture, it's definitely considered to be bad luck.
Do you know why is that?
I actually don't know. All I know is that there is a movie called Friday the 13th, and that's all bad things happen, but I don't know why it's unlucky.
Because I just Googled it today, and there are two reasons why 13 is an unlucky number.
Okay.
First reason, Jesus? Jesus
Yes.
has 12 disciples, right?
Yeah.
And one of the disciples was Judas, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what he did to Jesus?
I think it was not so positive, right?
Not so positive. He sold him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think they had the best relationship.
you know that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we all know that do you know the famous Last Supper?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, which was the last dinner Jesus had with all his disciples.
In that famous painting, right?
Yeah. That was by Da Vinci, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. And then Judas, the guy who sold Jesus out, was the 13th to be there.
He came late.
Yeah,
So he wrote the 13th. Okay.
Which was the last one, right?
Okay, so that's why 13 is considered to be bad luck, because he was the one that brought the bad luck to Jesus.
Yeah, one of the reasons.
Interesting.
The other reasons, do you know the Nordic or Norse mythology?
No, I don't.
It's like Thor, Thor.
Yeah, I know Thor. Yeah.
Are you a Marvel fan?
Not in particular, but I know of it and I know about it.
I think the idea is a little bit similar to the Last Supper.
Okay.
So in Nordic mythology, there is they had a hall of gods, which is called Valhalla. Yeah, and in Valhalla, all the gods were dining or partying. I'm not sure, and then suddenly Loki show up. And by the way, this Loki is the god of I think it's a god of lies or something, chaos. And then so he represents something bad, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just like Judas, he was also the 13th member to show up there.
I see. Okay, so it's always, if you turn up 13th,
13.
Then you're probably going to be the one that brings bad luck.
Yeah, yes. Because both of them represent bad things, right?
Makes total sense.
But you said personally you like 13.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. There are some numbers that I just have preference to. I'm much more of a fan of odd numbers than even numbers. People say the opposite. So I like the number 3 in particular. That's my favorite number.
Okay. All right. Actually, I also found something about it, but it's about a Sumerian civilization. Okay. Do you know about this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Sumerian civilization, there was a code, which is called the Code of Hammurabi.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Definitely, but I wouldn't be able to describe it.
That was the oldest code in human civilizations.
Wow.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a saying that you can't find the 13th clause in that code.
You can't find the 13th clause?
Clause in that.
Interesting. Okay.
Later, it was proved that it's not real. It's not true.
That's just a myth. They've debunked the myth, I guess.
Yeah, because there weren't any clauses in the code.
Aha. Okay. Yeah.
However, 13 in ancient China was actually a lucky number.
Really?
It represents emperors or leaders, stuff like that. In Eastern Asia, 4 is an
It's unlucky.
unlucky.
I think that I have more of the culture and the mentality of Eastern Asian
Yeah?
kind of culture, because for me 4 is also not a good number. So
Any specific?
maybe it's just some deep roots from long ago that I have maybe.
Okay. So, let me tell you why it is unlucky here, okay?
Tell me.
4 in Chinese. Okay, it's 四.
Uh-huh.
It's 4. And in Chinese, death is also 死, is 死.
With different intonation.
Yeah, exactly. But they sound similar, right? 死.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, they're similar-ish. Yeah.
4 4 death 死, kind of similar.
Very similar. Especially for a Westerner, it sounds really similar.
Again, symbolism.
Yeah,
And
of course.
it also, so people believe that 4, not number 4, 4, will bring bad luck. What do you think about 7?
I like 7
You think it's a lucky number?
personally. Yeah,
Why is that?
instinct.
Instinct.
There's no real reason, I think, in cultural society where people would say that 7 is a bad or a good number, lucky or unlucky. But I think for me personally, I've just decided that 7 is
Okay,
a good number.
good. Okay, because you feel like it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
An instinct.
Instinct. Okay. So 7, have you heard of Lucky 7?
Yes.
Is that more American?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe in
Yeah.
in the US they think this is a lucky number, right?
Yes. It's quite common in the US to hear that kind of expression even being used, like lucky 7. So yeah, I definitely think it's probably a little more American than it is European or British.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
However, if you come to Vietnam,
Hmm.
you've been there before, right?
I've lived in Vietnam, actually. I lived in Hanoi.
Okay. You live in Hanoi.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you enjoy the pho?
Too much.
Too much.
Unfortunately, that's the one thing I really, really, really miss is, having a good bowl of pho. But, wherever I go in England or in Europe, they don't have good pho.
Okay.
Just in Vietnam.
Okay. Yeah. So amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
If you go to Vietnam,
Hmm.
7 would be a unlucky number there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is
Wow.
this is also an influence from China. In this part of the world, we have a lunar calendar.
Ah, yes.
So July in lunar calendar is actually a ghost month.
Ah, the 7th.
7.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think this is why in Vietnam they think it is an unlucky number because of the
Or haunted or something.
Sorry?
Or haunted or something.
Yeah, haunted. They think it's haunted. And so this is an unlucky number in Vietnam because of the lunar calendar,
Makes total sense as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all these reasonings. It's funny. It's, just attributed a long time ago and then it just remains something present
Yeah.
till this day, right?
Yeah. So there are so many things like that, such as zodiac signs
Mm-hmm.
or some crazy customs.
Yeah.